Hello everyone, welcome back and happy new year. I cannot believe that this year is gone. I feel like some parts drug on and some parts flew by. And last year I did a double swipe video and I talked about what you would call New Year's resolutions. And so I'll tell you a little bit about how those went for the year. So I said that I wanted to try to be healthier, and I did. It doesn't matter about the weight loss, even though I did lose a little bit, but it was more about kind of getting into a routine. And I bought a treadmill, like a, walking on by your desk treadmill. And I started eating healthier. So I was really happy with that. And sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't work, but I just gave myself a little bit of grace and got right back to it. So that was one. Another was I wanted to try to change things up a little bit and try new things. So I tried the Dream Cloud series this year, and I came out with my swipe technique course, which was huge for me. So I feel like there were quite a bit of wins in there for me. Looking forward to the next year, I definitely want to try some different techniques. I've been playing with the impasto a little bit here and there. I definitely want to try out that a little bit more. I still want to get into mixing some more of my colors and creating some new colors and working with those. I'm still going to do the swipe technique. I really want to hone in, and I bought a ton of materials to really work on the Dream Cloud series and Pearl Cells. So I have a lot in my mind that I'm hoping will translate out over this next year. I want to keep getting healthier, and I want to really try to connect more with my friends and family. I've been working so much that is something that I really want to do. So if you'd like to share, you can put into the comments what you're looking forward to in 2024, maybe even what you're going to leave behind. There are quite a few things to leave behind in 2023, but just let me know if maybe you don't like doing New Year's resolutions at all, or, looking forward, but I like to set a few goals for myself. So for tonight's painting, I'm going to do a blue and black background, and I'm going to do a controlled swipe. So I'm going to not tilt it too much after I swipe. And I'm going to try to go for kind of like a fireworks looking. So maybe not just one firework that's spread out, but just lots of crazy swipes everywhere. And just something fun and colorful. So I picked colors that remind me of fireworks. So orange, magenta, a lime green, purple, sky blue, and then gold, and a little bit of a copper color. So it's just an abstract concept, kind of, if you could think about it that way, of fireworks. So I'm going to get started. I'm going to lay down my base coat. Before I do, if you've stuck with me this long of an intro, I wanted to say thank you. And I say this most years, but I really mean it. Connecting with all of you has been the best experience. I've met a lot of friends along the way, people I still stay in contact with, a lot of great artists I've met along the way, and I wouldn't be here if it weren't for you. So I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for giving me this platform for this past year and years, and I can't wait for 2024. So let's paint. All right, so I'm going to start. I was trying to decide if I want more blue or more black, and I don't know, so I'm just gonna go with whatever I feel. So there is my black. And I am going to swipe this with the palette knife to kind of blend it and mix it a little bit more. And then from there, okay, well, it looks like I used all of the blue. From there, I will layer my colors on after I tilt this out a little bit. All right, so I'm going to spread this. Do I want my bigger palette knife? Yes. So I'm just going to kind of mix Ooh, that black kind of took over, so I'm gonna wipe that off. And I wanna swipe this blue on through there, get a lot of that. Black and blue. Okay, I do have this one large piece of black right through there. There we go. So kind of like the night sky was my thought process there to, because we watch the fireworks normally at night, and over the intercoastal, the fireworks are so pretty on the water, and they have like a boat parade that they do, coming all the way up and down the coast of Florida. There's all kinds of boat parades. So we will go and watch those every now and again and just have a good old time watching the fireworks. All right, so let me tilt this. I'm gonna get this all the way off the edge. And then I'm gonna bring it back and bring that blue on down. Oh, that blue is so pretty. Like, okay, I'm done. This is the painting. I will show you, it's just really pretty already. All right, there we go. God, that is really pretty. Oh, there's just natural cells forming from the paint itself. Got one little spot. Oh, that was a bubble. Looking to see if there's anything else. Let me torch. And while I'm torching, I'm looking to the side to see if there's anything, because you want to get those little pieces out now. All right, so I'm going to lay down some swipes, and I think I may start, maybe I'll start right here and just start swiping out. And I'm going to change up my colors. I'm going to change up everything on this one. This one is just about having fun. Okay, this first one, that's kind of orangish. Maybe I'll do that as my first color combo. And you don't need a lot of paint at all if you are going to be, like, you want it to just be able to swipe right to that edge and be done. All right, get my Australian Floetrol mixture. Oh my gosh, I almost spilled the green. Okay, what size do I want? I feel like maybe I want this size. Let's try it. Let's try it. Oh, should I swipe with black? Uh-oh. I was going to swipe with white. Oh. Or should I swipe with black? Oh, I don't know. Okay. I'll try my first one with white. Trying to get into the colors to start that swipe. Okay, I like the white, but I think I might try black. So let me get that. Yeah, I mean, the white is okay. But let's try the black. Let's see what happens there. I'm gonna do, on this side, I'm gonna do purple. And then in the middle, I'll kind of swirl them together, see how I feel. I'm gonna do the green, the yellow, and do I want to add maybe a little bit of the gold? just right on top. Okay, let's see how this one goes. Swiping with black here. I can't get it off. All right. Okay, that yellow really took over. That's super cool. So I think I may swipe up that way. This one's super interesting. No idea what this is actually going to look like or if it's going to dry well because I'm pooling a lot of paint right there. Okay, now I feel like the light blue for my starting color on that one. And then maybe a little bit of the copper. Just a tiny bit on that. And then I really like that magenta. All right, let's do that. I think I may stick with the black swipe this time. All right, let's see. I want this one to kind of swipe up through there and be a rather large one. Ooh, I didn't get a lot of colors popping up there. I mean, there they go. They're starting. I think the white swipe would have done better with the magenta color there and the purple. All right, lesson learned on that one. That's okay. Okay, so the next one, maybe I want to start with the lime green here. And I'm going to go back with the orange. I'm trying to change up the colors on these. And maybe a little bit, I just did the purple. Maybe I'll do purple. Okay, so now I feel like maybe I want a little bit of the blue actually through here, and I'm gonna do a big swipe down to this corner. See, I love when I use the white that the color takes on the lacing. The black really is the lacing in these, but I think I will do, I'm loving the magenta. And I'm loving the orange. And yeah, that's the right size. I think I'm gonna go back to white here. I think I'm going back to white. All right, here we go. I'm gonna start on the side and then pull this around. And wave that on down. And then the white will start to sink on through. I still don't know what I'm gonna do here, but I feel like I wanna try just without a color and just swiping the black. I feel like it might add something, this black and blue right through here. So I actually think I'm gonna swipe out like that. And I've just got it on my tip here. It looks like an octopus or like a sea creature. It's supposed to look like fireworks. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I like the orange. I've got the magenta. I like this little bit of blue. What else do I do? I have the lime green to start here. Do I do the purple again? Maybe I do the purple. Purple, orange, just a tiny bit. Light blue, I like the light blue too. Maybe a little bit of the All right. This one's looking super funky and I'm loving it. Just something different. I wanted to just not do the exact same thing, especially for my New Year video. Okay, that one is super interesting in colors. Not sure if I'm loving it. Those are some really pretty cells right there, though. What am I gonna do with this piece right here? Maybe I'll just do the swipe without any colors on for this last part. Maybe I'll swipe them all together this way. And I'll come back in and swipe this other side up there. So I'm not getting it like all the way over the palette knife, and I'm twisting the palette knife so that it doesn't, oh, I really like that. I think I'm gonna do one more up there. Okay, y'all, it looks nothing like fireworks. It definitely looks more like a sea creature, but I think it's really cool. Okay, I'm gonna do just a little bit more of the white. And I think I'll swipe this last one like up through there. I feel like now it needs like one more swipe down this way, but maybe if I just do it like this. Kind of like I did with that color. I feel like now I've got like multiple colors that way. Do I swipe down through there? Now let me see if I want to do anything through here. Chaos. That's what comes to mind, but in a good way. Ooh, I like those. This is super cool. Huh. I might be done. I feel like the painting is telling me that it's done. Maybe one more swipe. Okay. It's not a firework. In my mind, it kind of looks like that sprouting out firework. But it also kind of looks like a super fun sea creature that I would love to meet and have a conversation with. So I think I'm leaving it. I think it's really cool. Is that weird? Oh, yeah, this is super cool. It's got so many lines. Your eye is like moving in every direction. The lacing is really pretty. I love that it's offset. I love the blended background. Yeah, I'm done. I am done. I'm actually really happy with it. All right, so I will, and I didn't have to tilt, which is good. I am going to give this another torch. I'll bring you in, let you see the close-ups of it, and then, yeah, I'll see how this one dries. I'm interested to see, I didn't put too many metallics. I really liked the bright colors against the base, so I didn't use too many metallics, but this is super funky and cool. I really like this. All right. Happy New Year, everyone. And if you don't do anything else, try something you've never tried before and don't care what it comes out like. That would be the best gift to yourself in the new year. Just have fun with it. No expectations. All right. I'll show you how this one looks wet. All right, here it is. Look at that. It is super cool to me. I don't know why it's like so interesting in that center. Look at that. So many different lines. And I guess if fireworks were underwater, that is what they would look like. But either way, I think it's really cool. I love that background. I'm going to have to do another one with swiping through that black and blue background. I love that. All right. Let's see how this one dries. I hope it's going to stay, the colors are going to stay bright and that you'll really be able, that they'll kind of pop on the black background. All right. We'll see how it dries. All right. I had to turn my side light off because the glare was so bad on this. But it's a little bit difficult to see, but the blue makes it look like it's almost lit up from behind. So I started with New Year's and fireworks, and maybe it looks a little bit like a firework, but it reminds me more of an octopus or a sea creature, but that is totally okay because I do really still like it. Let me get you out of the glare. You can see how pretty the lacing is. And it's probably difficult to see now that I don't have my lights on, but those parts up here, this has copper in it and it shines. And the same thing over here, there's a little bit of gold in there. You can kind of see it like right down here. But overall, super fun way, I think, to go into the new year, trying something different. And that is what I think I am going to be doing this next year. So I wish all of you a very happy new year. I wish you all the creativity and success in the world. And I can't wait to share my art with you this year. Thank you for always being there. Happy painting and Happy New Year. Bye.